manually triggering it, right? So I want to schedule a trigger for this. Fine. So why we need the trigger? Normally, let us take an example of my in my real time scenarios. I need to execute. So normally, it will be in EST hours, US hours. Let's take it say US based. Okay, and you have a job where it need to be executed at the start of the business hours or end of the business hours. Okay, that means morning before 7 a.m. and after 10 p.m. That is a night in US hours. So that need to be a scheduled hours, or there is a requirement where it should be happening only at the business times in EST hours. Okay. So what will happen? You can't log in daily and you can't trigger it manually. Daily you can't trigger it, right? So we will make it as an automated process where at that particular time you need to create a trigger. So I for this job I will add a trigger. Trigger now or trigger now is nothing but your manual trigger. You are triggering it now. Okay. So trigger on demand and run of the last published pipeline. So whatever you have published, so that will be taken care. See, last time someone asked, like, what happens if we don't publish and all this. This is the one. So if I don't publish, your job execution will happen on the before changes. So if you publish only then it will take that changes. I already informed you when you are scheduling a job, you have done a change, you have not published. Have I started recording? Sorry. Say this trigger. I told you last time. You asked a doubt like what is this publish and why it is important, right? So you have done some changes and you have not published, and your trigger need to execute at a particular scheduled time. So what happens if you publish only then Azure will confirm that these changes are finalized changes and it will take it for the scheduled triggering, or when you trigger it, that will be taken into consideration. This debug is just for your testing your local changes. Trigger is something when you execute it after finalizing and when you create any triggers. Okay, look at this. You have scheduled, tumbling, storage events. So storage and custom are called as event based, and scheduled is right when you want to execute your trigger at a particular time. Okay, that means let us take you have to execute it uh, daily at 5 a.m. or daily at night 1 a.m. So you will be scheduling a trigger. Like if you click on a schedule, you will give a when it should start and after how many minutes. Let us take it need to be executed daily. Okay, see this minutes, hours, days. Okay, so execute at these times. What hour, what minutes. Scheduled execution times. Okay, specify end date. When it should start, when it should end. Let us take it should run only for 1 month. Then you should give for only 1 month. And you should give specific hours and minutes. Okay, so see hours at what time. Hours must be in range of 0 to 23 and minutes should be in the range of this. Okay, and you can give specific minutes after 15 minutes, or let us take hours after how many hours. After how many hours you need to or weeks. So which week run on these days at what time? Okay. See, you're choosing this time zone because if you are in EST hours, you want to execute it in EST hours, you need to execute in EST hours. Or if you are executing in PCT, or if you want to execute in different time zone, UTC, then you can execute it. Okay. And this is the scheduled. This is scheduled. See at what date, month is from first to last. Every day, instead of 31st and 30, if you choose last, it will take like end of the month. It can be 21st or 30 or 31st. End of the month it will be executed. And you can just give it as weekdays. So it is kind of a meeting schedule. You will say meeting schedule, right? Same way you can schedule your meetings. Sorry, triggers. Okay, that is a scheduled trigger. Next one is tumbling window. What is see tumbling window? It is also, if you look at this, there is no change in anything. Okay, months, minutes, hours, you have the same thing. Okay, but one thing here is tumbling window we will use like it is a continuous interval, like it's kind of a batch processing. Okay, so it takes, let us take this one every hour or minutes, for every 5 minutes you want to run. Okay, so for every 5 minutes you want to run. So what, when it should complete, let us take normally you keep scheduled interval. Okay, it is similar to schedule, right? uh, Let us take an example. Scheduled every 5 minutes it need to run. So what happened is my job is executing beyond 5 minutes. That means it is executing from 6 minutes or 7 minutes. What would happen? Normally you are executing something. Okay. Let us take every 5 minutes it need to execute. Okay. So it need to complete it within 3 minutes or within 5 minutes. Okay. Because next execution window is in queue, which is in queue. But what happened? It executed some 6, 7 minutes. And what happened?
Overlapping, like
Yes. So what happens? It will overlap. That means it will wait till the last execution completes. Every job it is executing like 7 minutes, and you have scheduled 5 minutes. What will happen? The queue will go on increase, right? So queue increases. What happens if the queue is increased? What happens? Your data is coming, you're processing. Every 5 minutes it's trying to execute, but it is getting queue is getting uh, increasing. What happens? What happens? What happens? The data, what happens is it will stop at the end when, let us take like 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 times means it has delayed for 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes it got delayed. So you will lose data of 20 minutes. Actually, we are scheduling it 5 minutes to get at a fresh data. Every 5 minutes it need to be refreshed, right? So what will happen? It will get a delayed execution. So in such kind of things, what we'll do is we'll take doubling window so that you will not wait for the last run. what happens, it will execute, it will not be in queue, it will execute for the next one, and then it will take all the pending data. So there is no overlap. Normally, this tumbling window, we will take it for real-time processing, near real-time processing. Okay. So let's take your job got failed. Another example is like your job got failed for every 5 minutes. Okay. So when you execute the data, it will what it will do until it is getting fixed, your schedule interval will not take a backdated or backfill data. But whatever this tumbling window, it will fill all the three windows which are it got missed, right? All the last 5 minutes data or 6 minutes data that will get fixed. So it is a independent process. That means, what do you say? It's a unique process. Okay. So whenever it runs and it will take the other sessions. It will not overlap. There is no overlap on each tumbling window execution. Okay, scheduled. It may skip. Okay, it will skip the existing runs. It will not catch up. But this tumbling window, it always be in a sequential and it catches the last runs. Okay, normally we will use it for real time or incremental jobs for tumbling window. And this scheduling window, when we take it as a daily process, daily jobs, we will be using this schedule. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yes, yes.
Okay, there is one more which is called as events. Event based means let us take mm, you have a process where you have a pipeline that need to be executed only when file comes into your storage. Okay, let us take you have a file which is receiving from the source or manually your source system, some of the business user will upload that files into some of the storage. Whenever that file comes into the storage, only then you should execute your pipeline. How do you know whether that is uploaded or not? Let us take that business user has uploaded the file and he has not informed you. Okay, and it's a over a weekend in EST hours. You don't know whether the file is available or not. How you will execute, and you don't have any access to that directory or folder. So, in such cases, it is not scheduled. See, event based is not scheduled. You cannot let us take you are executing every 1 hour, but file has not come. Okay, so you are just scheduled. You are just scheduled for 1 hour, but user what he will do? He don't want to execute it every time. He want to execute it only when the file is arrived. So for that purpose, we'll create a event based trigger so that you will check what store in what storage, what container, okay, which file, which is starting with and ending with. Okay, let us take in your path. If you are receiving some files like this, so you can give that file name. Okay, or you can just give star.csv or something. Okay, ending with and begins. So in this case, in that path, if you receive such files, then what you need to do, you need to, so when you create it, then what happens, it will execute start trigger on creation. When you delete it, start execution. Choose which events are associated with this trigger. Only when creating this, or when deleting. When you move file, let us take, we'll have only one. Okay. When any file is moved in specific path or in this container, okay, this is optional. Okay, you can give only specific if it is a specific file, or it is any file. You can create a trigger. Okay, that is storage events. So you can give specific path in specific directory. If you find any file is available in specific format, then you need to execute. That is event based. Custom events is like you can specify not only storage events, you can give some specified thing, specified. So not only that storage, okay. So you don't have anything. Okay. So this is kind of like topic and all those things means normally it is for real-time processing. Okay. So the topic name in real-time processing, when we discuss on that, we can see what exactly this real-time processing is and how we can use this custom filters. Okay. So let me write. After creating trigger, I'm publishing it. Publish. I'm just monitoring. Trigger runs. See now one run got scheduled and it got executed. 7:45. Okay. So if you go to this schedule time, this one, okay. Executed at 7:45. Now again after 1 minute, it automatically triggers data. For every 1 minute, it will trigger. Okay. So we have created a trigger minute. So normally it will not be a 1 minute. It will be like daily scheduled means it is daily. See this. I have not done anything, but this was 7:46. It got triggered. What is a trigger object? You can see what is a trigger object. Start time, end time. Okay, whether it is success or not. And this is pipelines. What is a pipeline? See, specific trigger pipeline run. It is queued for the next run. Okay. So for every run, you will be having one entry here. So if you look at this tumbling window, we didn't schedule anything. And if you check this, for every 1 minute, it is going to execute. Okay, got it?
Can we pause or cancel the triggering?
Which one?
What if you want to pause or cancel the triggering?
If you want to pause,
it will run continuously like for every minute, 1 minute, right?
Every 1 minute it will run. it is a scheduled run.
Yeah.
So when you are using the schedule, this is the trigger. Want to stop?
Okay.
You can stop. Okay. Publish completed. So your trigger run will stop.
Yeah.
Everything will be, see, if you go to manage, even here, you'll be having triggers. In this, you can disable it. See, this is stopped. Or you can just click on this. Okay. Normally, there will be something like stop or disable. There, in few in paid options, right? You will be having disable option. Okay, stop. So you need to enable that disable, or you should just click the stop so that it is not executing. So the status is stop.
Stop.
Okay. If you want to re-enable it again, you can just re-enable it. And you can stop. You can go to manage, or you can go to specific pipeline and you can stop it. In the manage, you will be having everything. You have link services, you have integration runtime, okay, you have Git repository. I told you like for code this one, and you have triggers. You can have the global parameters. This we will be discussing parameters in the later sessions. Okay, so let me type these nodes here. Triggers are important. Okay, so when you have this, let me type it here, because whatever you do, you need to have some scheduling. We are doing it for scheduling, right? So for that reason, we will be using this one. So what is it? First one is manual trigger. So what is meant by manual trigger? Can run the pipeline. We call it as on demand. Okay. We call it as on demand. On demand means whenever it is required. On demand, just how you will run by clicking on trigger now. You can also call it as on demand or ad hoc. Ad hoc means whenever you want, you can. Okay. This is manual trigger. Next one is schedule trigger. What is meant by schedule trigger? Someone explain me. What is it? They
Running the pipeline, running the process at schedule intervals, schedule times.
Run set given specific time or given recurring whatever you have done interval. Okay, what is that? Example, daily at 5 a.m. Okay, so this is schedule interval, schedule trigger. What is tumbling trigger? So don't get confused with schedule and tumbling. Okay, this runs at fixed size. Okay, it runs at fixed size time intervals. Okay. Normally, this will be using it for real-time processing. We'll see this or batch processing. We'll see this. We'll discuss on real-time processing. At that time, I'll show you how this works. Okay. Now, just understand on manual trigger, schedule trigger, and event-based. We'll create one event-based as well. Okay. What is event-based? Runs when an event occurs, like receiving a file at blob storage. Okay, so these are the different set of triggers we have. So now let us see. We have seen scheduled, right? Now let us see this event based ones. What we have done, we have disabled this rate. Okay, it is stopped. We will create one more trigger on the same pipeline. We'll take one on this one. This one is insert, right? What is the source of this? File data path. What is this? Sample1.csv in practice. Okay. What is the sync we are inserting into sample1 table? Auto create. Why we need auto create? What is this? Destination into student info. Okay. So let us create this. What is the source? Sample1 says. Do we have that sample1.file in this one? Storage. Browser. Storage account. Doc containers. Practice. We have it, right? Let us delete this or download. I'm not sure if I have it. Where is it? Let us move this file to I'm downloading it. I'll delete this file. Okay. Now I don't have this file. See, in practice. Now let us create a trigger. New trigger, which is storage events. I will choose this. I will choose my account. I will choose practice. Okay. And I will use when created. Continue. Okay. See, it is showing us warning saying that if we are not using any file names or patterns, okay, there are too broad can match large number of files may significantly impact your cost. Okay, that means it is saying that if we Don't use starts with and ends with. It will pick all the files, and for every processing it will be charges. But we are doing only one file, so we are least bothered about that. Okay, we are publishing this now. Publish changes. Publish now. My changes are publishing. I have created event based. Let us see what will happen. Is it not allowing us? What happened to the trigger 2? Is it has shown some error? Storage events, it got started now. So let us see. So trigger 1 is executed, trigger 2 is not storage event trigger. There is nothing in storage events, right? Let us do one copy activity. Upload. Files. Where is it? Downloads. Upload. I'm not sure if they are allowing for the free access. Oh shit. Publish this change. I have started, but I have not published it. You know, deploying changes to the factory. Deploying. See, it is not allowing us due to our subscription.
Sir, నేను లావణ్య.
Sorry?
నేను లావణ్య సార్.
Yeah, Lavanya.
రీసోర్స్ ప్రొవైడర్స్ లో మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ఈవెంట్ గ్రిడ్ ఎనేబుల్ చేసుకోవాలి, స్టోరేజ్ ఈవెంట్ ట్రిగ్గర్ రన్ చేయాలి అంటే. రీసోర్స్ ప్రొవైడర్స్
You want to add something, Amjala?
రీసోర్స్ ప్రొవైడర్స్ అని టైప్ చేయగానే ఒక విండో ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది సార్. దాంట్లో మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ఈవెంట్ గ్రిడ్ అనేది ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది, అది ఎనేబుల్ చేసుకోవాలి.
Resource provider only. Okay. Overview.
ఒకసారి రీసోర్స్ గ్రూప్ లో ట్రై చేయరా సార్? అక్కడ ఈ సర్చ్ లో రీసోర్స్, లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ సర్చ్ లో రీసోర్స్ ప్రొవైడర్.
Resource manager. Let us see. Because free dialog, few times, few things will not work. Sometimes they will remove it. Email Yes. Is your event current? ఇదే కదా మీరు అన్నది.
మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ఈవెంట్ గ్రిడ్ అని ఉంటుంది సార్. నాకు గుర్తుంది ఇంతవరకు.
ఈవెంట్ గ్రిడ్ because normally admin need to take care of this. You not have access to all these things. That's why say event based it is not allowing and it is showing some subscription based. Last time నాకు వచ్చింది ఇది.
వచ్చింది సార్. అది ఎనేబుల్ చేసిన తర్వాత వచ్చింది. బట్ అది ఎక్కడ ఎనేబుల్ చేసాం, రీసోర్స్ ప్రొవైడరా రీసోర్స్ గ్రూప్ ఆ రెండిట్లోనే ఎక్కడో ఎనేబుల్ చేసాము.
Let me search here. Event grid. Event grid. Let us go to home. ఇక్కడ resource providers. Let me browse that. Where it is. Search here.
సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ మీద క్లిక్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది సార్. సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ ఐడి
ఇది subscription. Resource manager subscriptions. Okay. In this is a subscription name.
ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది రీసోర్స్ ప్రొవైడర్.
Resource providers. Okay, you're saying event. Station required. Event grid, event hub, event grid we need to enable. Access now. Okay. Let us register. I've clicked on registered. And normally we'll be having issues like permissions, only contributor or supported subscription type like కొన్ని issues వస్తాయి. Even these are kind of the services which admin need to take care. ఒకసారి మనం సెలెక్ట్ చేసిన స్టోరేజ్ రీజియన్స్కి కూడా ఇది ఎలా ఉండదు. So it is not like when even if you register with this, sometimes this storage region which you have selected that will not allow you. Okay, fine. Got registered. Still registered. Let it complete. Okay. Now let us see triggers. Manage. Let us start. Publish. Publish. మనకి ఎప్పుడు చేసినానికి నోటిఫికేషన్స్ లో చూపిస్తుంది. ఓకే, see this earlier you got this message. Okay, okay, now it is completed. Let us see monitor run. Storage. Storage blob container practice. Delete this file. And let us upload. Upload చేయగానే it should start triggering it. See trigger 2. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ చూడండి స్టోరేజ్ ఈవెంట్. When you upload the file, it will automatically triggers. Okay, so let's upload again. Already file. Override file if already existed. I'm uploading it. ఇప్పుడు నేను అప్లోడ్ చేయగానే మళ్ళీ ఇంకొక ట్రిగ్గర్ అయింది. సేల్స్. ఓకే, సో వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్? ఇట్ ఈస్ executing once the file is available in the blob storage. Okay, so this is about the triggers. Tumbling window I'll show you when we discuss on real-time processing, because it is more on the real-time processing. Okay, clear? అర్థమైనది? ఇది డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. Set. This one. Try to download this. What is manual schedule, tumbling and event based? But మీరు ఇప్పటివరకు క్రియేట్ చేసింది ఏదున్నా దాన్ని కంపల్సరీ ట్రిగ్గర్ షెడ్యూల్ చేసి పెట్టండి. ఓకే, అండ్ whoever has registered, monitor your subscription.